on the left. Clear.
Just try and keep with this pack. Oh dear. That's a bit of an issue. I've got a difficult relationship with the Porsche Cup on iRacing, and that's what we're talking about today. So, cast your minds back to late 2021 when little old me decided to pick up the behemoth of iRacing. Now, as I was a little rookie class and D class driver, I would also watch a lot of people on Twitch to see what else you could drive once you got to the hefty heights of C class and beyond. And I came across a man called Josh Gardner, or the Pit Down Man, on Twitch, and I used to watch him drive the Porsche Cup over on his channel. And I was always interested by how much he used to have to wrestle around the car and how interesting and how much skill it looked like it took. So I vowed as soon as I hit C class, the Porsche Cup would be the thing that I would get into. Now, little did I know how much pain, frustration, and a little bit of tears this would cause me. Now, I am a C-Class driver this season, and I'm doing the Porsche Cup. And trust me, I've learnt a lot from racing in this series.
So my Porsche Cup experience started at Knock Hill. I missed the first couple of weeks because, you know, it was Christmas and stuff. So we picked up the race in Knock Hill, which is probably not the best place to start driving a new car because, one, it's a new track. I have driven Knock Hill before on some other sims, but this track is absolutely horrifying. Pretty much every corner is a blind corner. It was a new track for everyone in a car that can sometimes be a little bit of a handful to drive. So it produced absolute chaos this week. It was mental. I have never been in such a chaotic race in iRacing before in my entire life. So what we're showing you here is actually my first ever race in the Porsche Cup. I did a little bit of practice, but apart from that, hadn't done a race. Maybe about 45 minutes to an hour practice. So I was feeling a little bit comfortable, but also, you know, I was taking it as easy as possible. I qualified quite low down in the order, and this last corner was just, as you can see, whoop, 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 oh, 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 it was an absolute mess. It's such a hard braking zone, and this car locks up so easily that it can just make everyone crash into each other. Anyway, we go into the first corner. I was side by side with someone for a little bit there, which was not something I actually managed to do a lot this week. As you can see, I was struggling a little bit with the car. These curbs absolutely hated me as I spin off into the gravel. If you just hit one of these curbs wrong, you are going absolutely flying like I did there. The amount of slowdowns I got, I was getting a lot of like 1x, 2x because I kept going off the track. You know, I was trying to push as much as possible, but really wasn't able to because of, you know, I just make a stupid mistake. This first corner I really struggled with, absolutely missing the corner, just using that nice little bit of runoff there to sort of go past. Do you know what, this race I did have a little bit of a battle with this, I think it's a Williams, GoPro, Audi, whatever it is. This white and blue car is what I'm trying to say. Right there I got absolutely punted off by someone overtaking me. Here we go. This is an actual overtake. We make the overtake into the braking zone. We get later on the brakes. He tries to go up the side. We hold it around the outside. And that was the first overtake. Well, the first proper overtake I made in the Porsche Cup. I did make a few errors. After that, he overtook me again, and yeah, I ended up in the gravel. I was not having a good time, I can tell you. I was really, really not having a good time. But I knew I just, yeah, get punted off again there by someone overtaking me. I was trying to be nice and let people overtake me. Like, the blue flags, I was getting out of the way, but yeah, getting punted off. So, yeah, well, and then we had 17x, and I had to have a drive-through penalty, and someone decided to park it at the end of the pit lane exit. So, first race, absolute travesty. So let's skip to the second race and see if that went any better. So, here we are at the second race at Knock Hill. I'd done a lot more practice this time, and I felt a lot more comfortable when it came to this track. So, I'm just going to play the entirety of the first lap to show you what it's like on the opening lap of Knock Hill. It's a slightly higher strength of field, I think. So, we get two people off in the dirt. Up here, you're going to see that one person is going to spin themselves out. I told you, Knock Hill, absolute chaos. So we make it through the first couple of corners without too many incidents myself. A little bit of a slide up that corner. That corner is so difficult to manage. Here we go into the slowish right-hander. just about make it through. I'm being very, very cautious, which is causing me to lose, you know, a little bit of time to the people in front of me, but I'd rather do that than spin off and throw myself into the wall, into the corner of death, as I started to call it. Here we go, everyone's just parked up here. This man not very happy about something that went on. Yep, he's still going. Yellow flags left, right, and centre. So we've actually made a pretty good start, I think. So we go into this first corner. We're a little bit tentative going down here. This corner scares me a little bit. And as we go into here, oh, I get spun around. And as you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, not too happy about that. But I'm quite happy that he also spun off. So not a great start to my second race in iRacing on the Porsche Cup. But look at this. Up the inside into the slow right-hander. It's an overtake. I overtook someone in the Porsche Cup car. It's amazing. And then I did this. Yeah. So, with every action is an opposite and equal reaction, I think is the way we look at that. Again, this corner, oh my god, I almost flipped the car there. Like, absolute disaster. So, yeah, you know, the second race went about as well as the first race. It started well, but yeah, as you can see, I ended up coming like P14, which is not good. So we're going to move on to the week after Knockhill, which was Bathurst. You know, really nice of iRacing to go, do you know what, that was a really difficult track to race at week one for you. Knockhill is really, really difficult. So what are we going to give you next? We're going to give you Bathurst. Go drive a Porsche Cup car up a mountain. I have driven Bathurst quite a lot. I actually quite like the track. Doesn't make it any less terrifying. This track is terrifying to drive, especially when you put 25 people that want to kill each other on it. Anyway, first race of the day, a little bit of tap to this guy, and then whoop, over we go. Yeah, first corner at Bathurst. Absolute mess. So we're going to completely skip that race because it was a mess. This race came from my Twitch stream, which, if you've not followed me on Twitch, you should. It's twitch.tv/GavRaces. You may notice there's no audio because this was my first Twitch stream in a while, and I forgot to turn my microphone on. So, yeah, if you want to come follow my Twitch streams, you can enjoy that kind of rubbish that I tend to put up with. So, here we go in Bathurst. Again, I qualified P10, which actually was quite a good time for me. As you can see, the strength of field is going down as I ruin my I rating through the Porsche Cup. But do we make it through turn 1 unscathed? Yes, we do. Turn 1 usually wasn't the one that caused a lot of problems for me, apart from the clip that you previously saw. It was mainly the, you know, first lap. If I could make it through the first lap, I knew I was going to do all right. So we come into this really, really tight left-hander that also goes uphill, which the car just wants to lose the back end. I was always terrified of people trying to overtake me up the mountain because why? Just don't do that. Wait till the straight, please, because it's just going to cause an accident. Anyway, I was feeling good about going up the mountain this time. You know, I'm in a good position. I was handling the car quite well, and then, oh, bugger. Yep, just absolutely sent it into the wall, but that's not the most interesting part of it. As I come round the corner, as I've knocked my wheels out of alignment, look at all the cars. Look, everyone has just crashed. Wow. You're just, oh my god, it was just chaos. If I just made it round the corner, I would have crashed anyway, it seems. So, it's people the wrong way around, it's people upside down. So yeah, that was that race at Bathurst. You know, I pretty much followed around at the end of the pack. Although I did finish in 8th, surprisingly, because you'd be amazed by how many people just quit Bathurst races if they crash. So, tip for you, just keep driving. If you have to go into the pits for 10 minutes, just keep driving. You might actually win back some I rating.
4 red lights, and we are away.
I'll let previous Gavin talk you through this first bit.
Launch. Just going to take it easy into the first corner.
He's on your left. He's still there. You are clear on the left side. You got a car on your left.
Whoa, a little bit of a mess. Into that first corner, of course there was. Cone on the track.
While I'm doing some talking in the race, welcome to Mid-Ohio, a track that I have literally never driven in my entire life. And I'm going to show you what happens when you try and compete on a track that you literally have no idea how to drive. This was my idea of actual hell. I hated this race. This week, the Mid-Ohio week, I did one race and I never looked at the Porsche Cup because, as you can see, I just could not get this track sorted. And I practiced. I did like an hour and a half of practice before the race. I could not do this track at all. I was driving around at the back of the track, constantly missing the track limits, just driving off into oblivion. It was horrendous. I was so miserable, and it was on stream as well. So I was trying to be, you know, upbeat and positive about it, but I was having the worst time ever. So later on in the race, you know, petering around doing nothing, I
come in and retire the car at this point.
there you go. I decided to just come into the pits and just sit in there until the end of the race, because I thought, I'm at the back of the pack anyway. It makes literally no difference to me. Or at least I thought that until I got into the pits and then realised that I wasn't actually at the back of the pack, and there was actually someone even further back than me who then proceeded to overtake me whilst I was in the pits, which caused me to lose more iRating, as you're about to see.
Oh. Balls. I forgot there was still someone in this race. Now I'm going to lose 75 iRating. I'm sometimes a massive idiot. So stupid. I should have just kept going, to be honest. Oh well.
So, as you can see, not exactly happy about that. I ended up losing quite a lot of iRating just by sitting in the pits for a while. I was only in there for about a minute. And as I come out the pits, the next lap I spin it on the curb because, you know, what else would you expect from me? Then get absolutely battered by a blue flag guy, and then we finally finished the race. This race genuinely felt like it went on for about 2 days. I hated this race. So that brings us to the most recent week, not including this week of the Porsche Cup. We finally got to a track that I knew how to drive. We drove the Red Bull Ring. Oh, I actually like this track. I did a load of practice, and I was finally feeling more comfortable in the Cup car. I did enough practice to get myself comfortable at the track and in the car, and finally I felt like, you know, this was going to be my week of actually getting some good results. Like, I thought I could maybe get like a top 5 finish for once. And I was feeling confident, you know, just backing out a little bit on the first lap. Didn't want to cause too many incidents, you know. But then we came to the, yeah, well.
Oh dear.
Yeah. It was all looking so
That's
positive.
a bit of an issue.
It was looking so positive. So from here it was damage control or damage limitation, I suppose. Do you know what? The rest of the race I actually drove all right. So we've got a few we actually had some good battles, and I was actually being, you know, a little bit more aggressive and racing properly instead of just backing out of anything because I didn't want to have an accident. So we're going down the back straight here. I'm right behind the red and black and white Porsche. We look to go up the inside, but we don't need to because he goes for the world's slowest spin I have ever seen. Anyway, a couple of laps later, 3 cars. We go almost 3 wide, have a little bit of a tag on the inside. Now it's the run down to the hard right-hand hairpin. I've got the car, the blue silvery Porsche, on the left-hand side of me. Just about overtakes me, but we're going to look to dive down the inside here. We dive down the inside hard onto the brakes. Don't lock up the car. Just about holding it. We give him the space on the exit. He's still there on the exit. He's still on the left side. We're coming into the left-hander now, so he's going to have the inside for the corner. I brake a little bit earlier to let him go because I know if I can get my car turned in properly, I'm going to get a great exit, and we just give him enough space but can't make the move happen. We follow him around this left-hander into the right-hander. We know we've got a good run on him. We cut to another couple of laps later. I look to make the inside move. This is probably not the best place to make a move at the Red Bull Ring because then he's going to get the draft up this long straight corner thing, but you know what, I thought fuck it, why not, I'll give it a go, and just about made the move. He's then again on my left hand side as we go in here. I brake as late as I possibly can, cover off the inside, he backs out of it to try and get a better exit, and we just about hold off. There it was just, I don't know what he was doing, he just was going way too slowly, so I had to... Avoiding action is what I was looking for there, but once again we're in a battle down this straight here into the hard hairpin that's coming up. This was, see what I mean? I actually had some battles. I didn't spend most of the race off the track. So we, you know, go up the inside again. Now, this is where things got a little bit interesting. He manages just to overtake me, but the guy in front of us had a little bit of an off-track excursion. So now we've got 3 cars battling for position. You know this is when it gets a little bit messy. So I'm just, you know, keeping an eye on those guys in front of them. Just, you know, let's wait for them to make a mistake. Let's let them battle and let's see what can happen. You know, if I just bide my time and, well, I bode my time. Both of them go way too deep because they're trying to overtake each other, and I take 2 positions. Thank you very much. Probably one of the nicest overtakes I've done, and proving to myself that I'm actually learning to stay out of these fights and making correct decisions on iRacing. I'm finally learning. It was my hallelujah moment of, I feel like I'm finally getting better at this car, and you know, it's only taken 4 or 5 weeks for me to get there, but you know, we're learning finally.
So we're about halfway through the season of the Porsche Cup, and as you can see, I've learned quite a bit. I've learned that I can now be a bit more aggressive in races. I feel a little bit more comfortable in the car. You know, things are slowly starting to come into place. Don't get me wrong, I have a long way to go before I'm competitive, but this car is teaching me a lot about iRacing, and I'm having a great time with it. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. I think it's going to be really, really fun. And if we make it to B class, we're going to do something else like this, and it'll be equally as stupid. So, yeah, that'll about do it for the video. If you enjoyed my video, give me a like, give me a subscribe. Back with the racing videos. If you like that, let me know. If you'd like to see some more product reviews, let me know. Go follow me on socials. They'll be all down in the description. Also, you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/GavRaces. I stream every Tuesday. And that's about it, so thank you very much for watching the video, and I will see you next time.